If I had said something about this subject about 30 years ago, I probably wouldn't even have the wisdom to even say anything, to tell you the truth. There are some things that you are going to have to experience in order to get the wisdom on, and sometimes that takes time. And one thing I realized, I just got through watching a documentary. I'll talk a little bit about that in the live coming up. But what I took away from the whole thing, it was very enlightening. It's about a famous person that's currently in our culture, currently living now. And just looking at his spirit and how he's dealing with obstacles, I learned that we still live in a world where we feel that there is a time limit to exercise our gifts. I mean, a lot of us say that, oh, it can happen at any time. But deep down, there's a part of us that has been brainwashed to let the dream die after a certain period of time. So what we wind up doing is we try to infuse those dreams onto our children and grandchildren and live vicariously through them. We've given up on our own existence. And I think when you start to give up on your own dreams, you let your dreams die, then you start to die. You know, I think that. And I had someone ask me the other day, what inspired you to start sharing? And I told them, I said, it's my spiritual gifts. And the first thing that came out their mouth was, now, at this time in your life? See, the implication was, and it wasn't their intent, it was just the way that they were programmed. The implication when that comment was made that, wait a minute, you're too old to be doing something like this. But I mean, it's okay for some people, but it's okay for not okay for others. I don't get it. It's so convoluted and mixed up. I mean, we see figures all the time that are over 40, over 50, over 60, over 70. Never heard of them until now. And all of a sudden they're everywhere. See, they had to experience something. They had to gain some knowledge, and that took some time before they shared their gifts. They had to be in a certain mindset. They had to go through some personal situations and had to develop a certain level of spirituality, a certain level of intelligence before they could start sharing what they had with the world. And if that means they had to be over 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, then fine. However long they share it, that's the Creator's decision. But I mean, we're still, even though a lot of people are trying to renounce it, we still have this idea that if certain things aren't done by a certain age, as far as exercising our spiritual gifts, that it's a wash. And we need to get out of that mindset, because I truly believe that when your dream dies, you start to die. And I don't know about you guys, but I really don't feel like going anywhere like that right now. I have a lot to do. I've been praying and meditating, and I believe that I have a lot more to do and a lot more to offer. That's just my opinion, you know. That's just how I feel. And I think I'm going to be given the time to do what I need to do, to share what I need to share. Am I only going to be just doing this in the future? I don't know. There might be other ways that I can exercise my gifts. There might be other ways for me to share the message, other ways to help others in different capacities. I don't know. I'm open to it, though. I know one thing. I'm not going to let a physical existence interfere with that. Whatever may come along with the physical things in regards to aging, okay, fine. I'm sure that my Creator, when it's time for me to exercise this next gift, to work on this next project, whatever it is, and it's liable to happen at any time, I'm sure that the Creator is going to give me all the energy and all of the ability and all the time that I need to exercise that gift, because that was given to me by the source. So I'm just beyond thinking. There are certain things I know that I can't do that I did 30 years ago. I get that. I don't look the same way I did 30 years ago. I get that. My needs have changed. The way I eat things has changed. The way I process food has changed. My diet has changed. My skincare and hair regimen has changed because my skin and hair have changed. There are adjustments you have to make when you get older. They don't have to be bad ones. They're just adjustments. And some people don't want to do that. They don't want to accept the fact that they might have to use a little bit more moisturizer in the morning because your skin's getting a little bit drier. They don't want to accept the fact that their hormone levels are changing and all they have to do is just make some adjustments in their exercise or their diet regimen or reduce the amount of stress that they're under. They don't want to accept that. But I'm willing to. I'm willing to make the adjustments. I'm embracing age the way it should be embraced. I'm not going to run from it. You can't run from something that is so much bigger than you. So I accept the fact that I am aging. And I'm going to feel good and I'm going to look good doing it. But I also have accepted the fact that there are some things that existed 30 years ago that just don't exist anymore. I'm okay with that. And I think you need to be okay with that too. Don't look at it as a negative experience. Look at it as a new field trip. You're taking a trip to another museum. Embrace it. And once you accept and embrace who you are and where you are and like it and love it, then you'll be able to exercise your spiritual gifts if you haven't done so already. But just chalking it up to the game and saying, well, I'm over a certain age and I can't do that anymore. Okay, you might not be able to do that, but there might be other ways to practice your spiritual gifts. But to give up on the gift altogether and just say, oh, well, I'm just going to pass it on to my children or my grandchildren because my time is up. See, you're admitting failure from the jump. And we don't do failure over here, do we? Have a great day.